Hello, Reckonate7, and welcome to some Hearts of Iron 4. This is where we're going to be playing a vanilla playthrough on the most recent expansion, that's by Blood Alone, which has just dropped. And today we're going to be having a take a look at Ethiopia. So for anyone who is unfamiliar with the expansion, it added focus trees for Ethiopia and Switzerland, completely revamped the Italian one, and also added airplane designer. And then it came along with a patch as well, which I think I'm trying to remember if the peace deal changes were part of the free patch or the update. I think they might be the free patch, but don't quote me on that. And also made some pretty substantial changes to navy balance, both for the relative abilities of ships, but as well as for naval invasion stuff. Probably not going to get to a bunch of that stuff in this game because we're going to be looking at Ethiopia and attempting to win the war against Italy. So I'll jump into the game. And we can do a little bit of talk. I did have a quick look at the game earlier. We can override that. Just to see what it was like, how feasible it is. And I'm not going to lie, it's a challenge. I'm sure there are far better players than I that think it's a cakewalk. But as yet, not so well. I did a couple of failed attempts. I was rushing through it just to see where I think the right and the wrong turns are. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so first off, let's get ourselves a little bit of organization. You guys can have a front line, but we are not going to be holding these provinces. In fact, we're going to be doing a little bit of backpedaling in general, unfortunately. That's just the way it goes. No problem, Sambi. Thanks for coming out to lurk, if nothing else. So let's get a good number up here. I would like to keep. Maybe we'll keep you. A couple of divisions on the border of Asus here, which is a new country in this update. Oh, and Sambi, thanks for the follow, my friend. So maybe we'll do it with these two fellows, and the reasons for that will become evidently clear shortly. I can just do your front line. And then once we've sorted these arms out, we'll kind of talk about Ethiopia, its position, and our general strategy. But I thought we'd at least get this stuff organized right off the bat. We go there, and yeah, you can come down here. Do that. Go there. Okay. Fine and dandy. I don't need this fallback line. No, it's not a problem, Sambi. Your support is appreciated. Okay, what we're going at 14. That's probably enough for just now. The rest of you guys can come down here. You can hold surprisingly well. So, obviously we're going to be up against Italy. They're much better equipped. There's a lot more of them. We are really going to struggle with numbers and equipment. So our plays has got to be try and use mountains as much as possible. So there's a couple of hill toes here, which we'll essentially give up quite quickly. And then we've got some mountains we're going to try and hold them off on. And so that's going to be the linchpin of our defense up here in the north. At some point, Italy's likely to come and munch... what's it called now? Ausa? Or I say munch it, they're going to just get given it. And that, so if you're not careful, that can catch you off guard, and if you don't units in place, they just wander into your hinterland. In the south, on the edge, we've got some desert tiles, which aren't the greatest for defense. But the problem is if we fall back to the mountain straight away, we end up with quite a long front line, which I'm not that happy about, so we're going to try and hold the south for a little bit. Italian forces in the south, not that strong to start off with, although they will slowly build. Okay, fine and dandy. Now, what am I going to do? Do I want to throw you up here? 6 enough for just now? Potentially, we might add some more to that. Generals, we will put our Chief Haile Selassie, can be a general for this one. And to be honest, we could just have one general. Maybe that's a better way of doing it, so he levels up faster. Let's do that. Okay. That's a plan. Slightly different from what I tried in the old test run. Yeah. That's fine. Disband the army, not a problem. Okay. That's fine. So that's our army. A little bit of organization. We can research. Our research is terrible. We have a massive minus 40% debuff to our research speed. So we ain't getting anything quickly. But we will start and work on some infantry stuff. Factories, we have... oh, hey, Jess Mosley, thanks for the follow as well. We have got a whole lot of, not very much to be honest. One factory. We've got no infrastructure. We can't really do much with. I tend to like start plopping down a fort somewhere. To be honest, it's probably not going to get built, but you never know. So we'll put one there. Why not? National focus. Okay, this is a bit more interesting. So for the tree, you've got the fairly standard. Which leaning do you want to go down? You know, communism, democracy. I think it's independence, and then there's like fascism / Italian puppety type stuff in the middle. Broad strokes. Then you've got obviously stuff around the war, and you've got your industry techs, and then you've got some general bits and pieces on the Air Force, and there's some interesting stuff around what's called it's like a balance of power. So we'll look at that in a minute. There's a couple of different factions within the Ethiopia, and depending on which way you want to lean, you get different bonuses and malices. We're going to jump to this stuff pretty quickly, but I think it's tough. So I really want to get scavenging tactics really early on because we our infantry equipment is going to suffer. We ain't got much of it, so getting it more early would be good. It would also be good to get this early because that gives us a plus 5% defense and a plus 20% war support. War support obviously giving us division attack and division defense on core territory. So do you know what? I'm going to switch things up a little bit. Let's grab this one to start with. The Christmas offensive didn't bring us the victory we had hoped for. Technically not finished. It is time for Haile Selassie to leave the capital and take personal command of the armies. The war against the Italians needs to be brought to an end. Okay. So, a couple of unique things we're going to talk about. First, balance of power. This is the Mesafint versus the Mekwanit. Just different parties. These guys are much more kind of I suppose more like almost like independent warlordy type people. They going this way, you get bonuses to your division's attack and defense. You know, plus 5, plus 10, plus 15, plus 20. Very good. Really hurts your construction speed, your resources, your population, recruitable population. So you got to pay for it. And be warned, if you go too far in this direction, you can get an event where it says if you don't control more than 50% of your territory, or else you take a minus 15% hit to your stability, or to your capitulation limit, I should say, sorry. So, positive bonuses for the war, but dicing with death. The other way is if you go heavy to the Mekwanit, you actually debuffs your attack and defense, which doesn't sound very good, but you get better research, better construction, better resources, so there's that way of looking at it. So we're probably going to be leaning slightly towards the warlord people, but not so much. In fact, it's pretty early on. It's the first pip you can get that demoralized Raz mission. Not so good. Alright. We might risk it. See how the war goes. The war itself. So there's a whole mechanic now behind the Italo-Ethiopian war. And it has this war escalation bits and pieces. If we essentially, if we can drag on the war and let it go on for a long time, then we step up the war escalation and opens up a variety of bits and pieces. The first couple aren't that, in fact the first two do nothing. Even then the third and the fourth just unlock some focuses. Apparently our international relations grows, or reputation grows. So if you go down this part of the focus tree, where you do go and meet it's kind of like almost like a democratic government in exile type path. You can do League of Nations, and then you can embargoes and Suez and all that good stuff. And to get some of that, you need to escalate the war. If you don't go down that route, the first 3 do nothing, 4 do nothing really. But then when you get higher than that, you start getting debuffs on the Italian armies and buffs to our armies. So getting these up is important. So the first thing that's going to happen is we've got a flat gradual war escalation for 4 months, and then we start getting missions to hold various bits of our country, and if we do that, escalation goes up. So that's quite good. What else have we got? The Chitet is what's giving us these irregulars, which is a new type of unit in the expansion. So you can see from a template, these are irregular infantry. Not quite as good defense, not quite as good as soft attack. Interesting though, more health and a lot cheaper to produce. So a bit of a balancing force for smaller countries and weaker armies. Anything else worth talking before we get on pause? We don't need any railway stuff. No, that's probably good. We can deal with a little bits and pieces as they come up. We've got 2 whole factories in a minute. And we're going to be producing guns because we don't have enough. And look, almost immediately there we lose the fights here. And you could probably hold on for a little bit, but I'd rather fall back to the mountains and take that. I did try being a little bit more offensive for some of them and trying to push out, but it rarely works. Really, we've got to kind of hold our nerve here, and we'll see if we can escalate it enough where they're start getting debuffs, we're getting buffs. We'll see. Plus, as we fall back, the supply situation gets increasingly worse because there is like no infrastructure, no railways, no infrastructure, nothing. So as they push further in, they get supply issues. Fun and games. Okay. It took me ages to work out what this was talking about when it said I can modify my government with 10 political power, but it's in here with some decisions, which obviously you can push yourself one way or the other, but you can also get pretty early on a new general and a new infantry unit, which is pretty handy. So let's try that, because I would very much like a new unit. Oh, it's 10 days, and then I'll get it. Right, you guys have fallen back, so I can give you just a straight frontline order now. Balchul Sappho, the former Shum of Sidamo, but once Dejamak of the Ethiopian army, has accepted the call from Haile Selassie to once again take up arms for his country, the hero of Adwa. Okay, good. How does he compare to our friend Haile Selassie? You're a cavalry leader, you're reckless, lots of attack, 2 defense. I think we're 2 and 2, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Slightly less skill and planning. Better skill in logistic consumption. Yeah, it might be better, but I don't have any cavalry, so that's kind of wasted. So maybe I just keep you where you are. We'll let our big chief be in charge. Do I want you down here? Yes, I probably do. Looks like these guys are having a little bit of difficulty. So come support like you, come in here. You go join this. So if you're not careful, if you're not paying attention, you can very quickly lose a chunk of territory. And then once the Italians are in, it's hard to get them out. In the long term, I think we'll fall back to mountains. But if we can hold this for a wee bit, certainly for next 4 months, we'll be happy monkeys. I just realised that could be construed as incredibly racist, but that's not how it was meant. A flippant phrase used in all sorts of scenarios. Right. How are we doing? Supply here is a bit of an issue. We'll probably eventually fall back from Makali and just hold this tile. But it's good to hold this at least long enough for when the Italians come in and we can try and nab this mountain tile in afar. That's the plan anyway. We're already 3.1 thousand guns in the hole, and that rarely gets any better. Okay, we seem to have stemmed the losses here, but there's no one guarding that tile. Who's most beat up? Probably you. Could you fall back here, please? Not the end. I say not the end of the world if we lose McKelly. Or I don't know how you pronounce it. Okay, that's 5% defense for us. Jolly good. I don't want the falling back just yet. I want to get the scavenging equipment first, so we're going to do that. École militaire Haile Selassie Premier. Our military is proving to be very antiquated compared to other powers in the region, both in terms of equipment and thinking. We shall establish our own military academy to train new generation of officers how to fight modern wars. Alright. So we now have, what is it, plus 6.3 attack defense on core territory. This is good. Well, you will note they've changed the way war support works as well, and so you now get debuffs from combat casualties and from bombing as well, which you can offset by spending political power. Right, you're starting to worry me a little bit. Here seems stable, so I'm going to grab someone like you and switch you out to that fight. Good. We're paused. Yeah, I don't really get supplies in this place, so maybe I don't want to fight too hard for Makali. Once Italy eats Asus, we might just quietly retreat from it. Okay, now we've got a first key decision. Do we want to push this to get an extra 5% attack defense? Local road development. Oh, some infrastructure. Lovely. I think we're going to do it. Yeah. Because then what we can do is if we get... if we start conceding territory, we can always try and swing back. But let's go hard for the Mekiwat. Let's try and stack our bonuses. That's the wrong one. Bugger. Okay, well, if all goes pear-shaped, there's the first mistake. Well, on the plus side, we won't risk that mission triggering if we go too far into the red. You guys are okay. You guys are having a little bit of issues. I'll wait till you're in position, then we'll put one of you out. But yeah, these guys they're almost done. Oh, we did lose Makali. That's okay. These mountain tiles can hold quite handily for a bit of time. Okay. Yeah, problem is this tile can be attacked by 3, and it's only a desert. This one can also be attacked by 3, but it's at least mountainous, gives us those extra bonuses to defense. There we go. Italy moves to annex the Sultanate of Usu. Presumably there's a chance they fight back, but I've not seen it yet. That would be really handy if they did. Okay, this is stabilized. Beautiful. Right, there we go. Okay, they submit. Right. So you guys need to goo-goo. I doubt we'll get this tile, but it's not the end of the world. Gonna have you... How do I want to do this? Let's have you do that. Just in case some like cavalry comes, so we'll hold them up for a little bit, just to make sure we get Usu itself. Like so. Hey, 80s, how's it going? Right, you, my friend, you need to be on this tile. So we're going to extend this like so. You're going to come here. You need to hold just to get this chap into position. There we go, beautiful. Local lord wishes to expand domain. A local lord in Haragri is planning to expand his power base and expand his domain. This will to some extent be beneficial to the country as a whole as he invests heavily in local production and capabilities, at the same time not stopping. This loosens central government. So I can say this is good, and we will slide 5% towards a messfit, which actually offsets some of that mistake I made, and gives us a civilian factory and a building slot. That's quite handy. Yes, please. Because I've seen that event trigger before where it gives you a unit. Probably be better. Here. Right, we can stop attacking. All is good. I will give you guys an order just so you get some planning prep. If by some miracle we get to the point we can push out. Cool. Am I dominating poor countries again? No, this time I am a poor country. We're trying to resist the colonial overlords. But you know, right, there's too many people here. Okay, you guys are moving out. Beautiful. We shall see. It's not easy. Yeah, coming for this way. But we should have more reinforcements on the way. Okay, that's fine. You're a very weak unit, though. Let's pull you guys back. Okay, École Militaire Haile Selassie Premiere. Beautiful. First ever class to finish the school. We'll have to go straight from school to the war. Having managed to build the school and complete the education of the first class of cadets, while at the same time fighting a war is truly a major feat. Let's just start new era. We can go attack, attack, attack. Pretty good, 10% attack and defense. We can go defense, which just gives us 5% defense. Or we can go experience. I'm probably gonna have to go to. We're gonna try and stack defense buffs here. Alright, we absolutely want to get scavenging tactics. While we expand our industrial base, we should train our troops in spotting what is useful and recoverable in the battlefield. This will go a long way to keeping them well supplied until we can consistently produce and transport our own equipment. Absolutely. Okay, Jeremy's doing Jeremy things. I am on ahistoric, I believe. So strange things may happen. Or perfectly not ordinary things may happen. We shall see. But this time we're going to try and stand alone, not join any factions, and see if we can still kick the Italians out. So we can support local road development. It just gives me infrastructure everywhere, actually. Seems like a good trade. So I now have some infrastructure. Still have no building slots in any of... Well, there's one there, but not many. Maybe I mean... Is it worth trying to build a fort here? I don't know. So maybe I should just try to get a factory down. Although, I mean, how long does that take? Oh, you're full. Never mind. Plan is fine. Although I should have two down, so because you won't be building when you're under attack. So let's get something else in the way. Let's see. That's a place I normally try and hold. Let's do that. USA. And so hopefully we're not attacking both those at the same time. Okay, so far we're holding them off. Our problems are going to be our ever-growing deficit of guns. But this scavenging malarkey will help that. To a certain extent. Right, things look stable for just now. And of course, as the Italians get more planes and things. One of you, I mean, definitely can walk from there to there. Yeah, are you just letting him in our country? Because I'm not cool with that. You are falling back, yes? Good. We're holding. Holding! Hold or. Right, you're there. You can stop. You can stop. And one of you will probably, you're the best one to come over this way and we'll pop you into the fight as and when required. How are we doing down here? Do you want to go and reinforce that chap, please? Thanking ye. Okay. That one's on the cusp. It's territory here. Hills? Hills are better. Let's switch you out this way. But the trouble I've found thus far is generally you not paying attention and all of a sudden you've lost a tile somewhere. And the trouble is if we lose this one, then they can start like using their numerical advantage to push us around. Here it's not so bad. If we lose this one, we just step back a line. And we can, you can slowly give steps up in the north without too much issue. But in the south, if you let them in, they're in. Ooh, force attack. I don't like that. Seem to be concentrating rather heavily. Right, you're going to have to come down and assist. And you're on the way as well. Good. Scavenging tactics. Beautiful. That'll help our equipment. I think now we're going to go for falling back. Right, yes. And then we'll go down and get these. These two are pretty useful as well. Some mercenaries and some better defense. So we're gonna go. You can go over offense and you get some temporary brilliant attack and stuff. But I've never made the defensive side work. So we're gonna go hard defense. Our front lines are fast becoming indefensible, and supply lines are stretched thin. An organised retreat to Addis Ababa may be wise, but we must be careful not to rout from the field entirely. I mean, we're not actually going to fall back, but we need to. We need to do that one before we progress anywhere else. Honestly, like, go there. Oh, infantry division. Yes, beautiful. You should also have. Why do you not have scavenger? Add Imru Hal Selassie gains scavenger. Imru Hal Selassie does not have scavenger. You son of a gun. That is outrageous. That's kind of important. That's always fun when you find a bug. So we could put in this dude instead. I think no. The Selassie is now just a much better general. Ah, hey Grasswing, how's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're keeping well. I'm not losing yet. Which is about as good as it goes with the old Ethiopia. You need to get back over there. A finely balanced act. Ah, I'm glad you are good. Okay, you might as well pull back now, my friend. Get your org back up again. What? Everyone broke. I suspect, had I looked at the fight, what happened there was the other units weren't actually in combat. And so I pulled out the active one, and therefore the other two auto-retreated. So that's probably a slight mess up on my part. Now, not the end of the world. We have more mountains to hide in. Right, speaking of mountains, 22 days to hold the north. We must hold... Oh, hang on. Gondor, Masal, and Desi. Where's Desi? Okay, it's fine. As long as we hold two of them, we get extra escalation. So we're already at level 2. So this will put us to 3, 4, 5. Disheartened army. Hold the south. What do we need to hold? Wal. Okay, still got that. Gaba. And Moyle. Don't know where that is. Moyle. Hello. Gaba. Harari. Wal. Yep. Ah, there you go. Moyali. Not losing sounds like winning to me. Well, that's my taking out of them anyway. Okay, so that's good. So 22 more days. Okay, that's clear. Right, you guys are in position. Let's stop the attack. Yeah, so even these guys are like boned supply and org. It's a bit of a struggle to hold them, but it's fine. We don't. Once we're 22 days have done, we can actually fall back all the way to here without null urging our front line. If need be. Okay. South looks sketchy. South is sketchy. It's horrible desert tiles you've got to hold. And then if you let them in a couple, you can just push all the way around here. It's nasty. Second Naval London Treaty. Good for them. I barely know what boys. Whoa. Excuse me. Make sure someone's defending that. At least that horse unit is attacking the line, so that should be okay. How are we doing? 0 days. Okay, we're up to level 3. So international reputation grows. Huzzah! Public sympathy for Ethiopia's cause has always been strong. However, no one really expected the country to hold on for more than a month or so. Our dogged resistance to Italian invaders is winning the hearts and minds of people around the world, and countries are starting to take Ethiopia more seriously. Bunch of political power. But Yeah, I'm not in the League of Nations thing. So I can't ask for, what is it? Ask for embargo. That's, I need to go to, need to get the train and go to the League of Nations and request an embargo. But we're not doing that. I want to go down this standing alone one. How are we supposed to win the war? Just draw the war out? Yes. So you can as the war drags on, it escalates and escalates and escalates, and then yeah, the Italian army gets worse and worse and worse. And then there's a few, I can't remember if it's a focus or events that cause it. This one. Is this one? Yep, so we can come down to this. There's a couple of them. So this one, if your war escalation is at 7, you can use this to... Well, it doesn't automatically end the war, but it offers them to end the war, and presumably the AI is going to accept. So you can do this one, fait accompli. Although we need to own all of Ethiopia for that, so that might be it. We'll see how that goes. What's this one? Yeah, anyway. Ways and means. Drag the war out. Focuses. Huzzah. Problem is obviously they will start getting stronger and stronger as the war drags on as well. They produce a lot more equipment than we do. Stop it, I need someone standing here. How do you not get that, my friend? Those guys are fine. Stop it. Stop it. Chief of the army. I think division defense sounds awesome. Out of supply penalties is potentially useful, but no, let's go. We're stacking the D, so to speak. Whoa. Flippin' AI, man. Right, you attack them to pin them in place. You get yourself over there. What is this about? And one of you will probably have to try and get around to support Gondor. Although Gondor doesn't actually... Well, 5 days. A minute doesn't matter anymore. Outrageous. Outrageous AI. The AI is just trying to lose the war. Absolutely. There we go. Right, you can stop your suicidal attack just now. You're continuing on. That's absolutely fine and dandy. 0 days. 0 days. Perfect. We're up to level 5 now. So that Italy has Army of Africa disheartened. I don't know exactly what that happened, or how big a penalty that is. Is it here? 14th of July is the next. If they end their attack bonus, that'll be good. Nah, it doesn't show it there. I'm not sure where that modifier appears. Ah, okay. The government idea Italian offensive has been removed. Actually, I didn't know what that was. Right, that's fine. Have they got a new one? Yes. Army of Africa disheartened. So we have a 5% attack bonus at malice and a 15% defense malice against our troops now. Beautiful. So the idea is hold long enough to get these escalation bonuses and then push back. We shall see. A theorist. Maybe. Is there anything more interesting I can do here? No. Okay. Do I want a military theorist? You will actually move the balance of power 5% towards the Mek-Wanit side, and if I fire you, you'll go to the Mesafint side. Well, we are currently 17% on the Mesafint side, which is giving us a little bit of attack bonus. Interesting. I would probably rather be in this one. I maybe hold off on the theorist. What else would we want, actually? Do you have any more interesting army people that can give us some stuff? Yes. You. Hail Selassie. Attack and defense. 5%, 10%. That sounds pretty handy. Alright, let's save up for that. What do the sides do? They, so this side gives you bonuses to your attack, defense, your divisions, and your speed. It's more like a loose collection of warlords type view. hurts your research, your construction, your max factories, and also if you are losing the war, it triggers a mission to recapture territory, and if you fail that, you get a massive hit to your surrender limit. So one of my test runs I actually lost because I went too far, triggered the mission, and only had like 40% of the land or whatever, and I just died. These guys are more kind of integrated, united kind of state thing, so construction, research bonuses, but actually annoyingly hurts your attack and defense units, which feels poop. So I suppose you maybe you want to swing over here for war. Oh yes, for peacetime, and over here for war. But then if you go too far, like these guys, there you go. That's a risk of rebellion if you end up really far on this side. If you have low stability or low ruling party, and actually our stability is poop. There you go. Doesn't seem good to balance. It's like pick a side. Neither of them are good. Or they're both good, both bad. Yeah. Right. Falling back is done. Excellent. I'm gonna go. What do I want first? More units. What do I get here? 3. If one, I get 5 units here actually. Oh, that's pretty good. And then better defense. All right, we'll do that. Do I care about which one of these I go for? You'll put a fort in Addis Ababa and Aseli, and you'll put one in Harge, Dirdawa, and Harar. Dirdawi, Harar, and somewhere else. Where else? Ah, infrastructure. Okay. Alright, so it's either here or here. I think we'll go here. Yeah. Don't think it makes too much of a difference. Although I get some infrastructure there, so, you know, that's a plus. Our Turkish advisor, Wihab Pasha, wants to build fortifications equaling the German ones from the last war around the cities of Harar and Dir Dawa. Holding on to the region will ensure battalions can't connect their fronts. Okay. Is there an open province in the south now? Yes, there is. Good spot. Thankfully, battalions aren't moving into it. But this is, yeah, slightly brutal by the AI here. Tell you what, I'm going to get you to stand there. Yeah, see, now he's seen it. So, like, hang on, he looked at it, and I can't attack. Game. Okay, so we've just got gradual wars the next one. Wonder if we'll get some missions for Addis Ababa. I need this to end. Oh. AI. I hate you so much. Ah! It's all falling apart. Right. New plans. God damn it, AI. I need to shrink this line. Come on. To that. And then we're going to grab a couple of these guys. You 3's fine. In fact, no, you're a bit further on, so you need to go here. I might go so far as to take a train if I have one. I'm going to create a fallback. In fact, this is... no, it's hills. Mountains. Okay, no, actually, you can hold on to Gondar. That's fine, that's fine. We don't need to give it up just yet. Although, given you're going to be attacked from like 5 directions, it's probably pretty likely. Right, you need to come over here. Okay, no one's moving in, so that's okay. Did I kick the AI's dog? Not that I know of. Now what we could do, and it's never really worked before, is this. Oh, we got attacked straight away. Because if we attacked him when he had no org, we would essentially have auto 1. Now these guys also have terrible supply, so it's maybe not the end of the world to let them in here, but I'm going to slow it down a little bit, just because I don't trust the AI. Oh, we got the attack off actually. Now they may try and reinforce, indeed they are. You pin him there. We might catch ourselves a horse. Right, good. That I will try and see if we can take out this horse. But I worry sometimes we expend too much effort and energy. Did we win? We won a fight. Go us. How you doing, my old buddy here? You are now 4523. Respectable, and you have a mountaineer. That's good. Okay. Won't help us down in the south, but will help us our defense if we remember to stand in the right tiles. Problem is we won't be able to hold this tile for particularly long, but... And it's taking you... Ah, you got attacked. That's why you're not moving into it. Oh, we're actually winning this fight, though. Okay. We might be able to push him back. Have they removed the field marshal thing? No, I just... I didn't have enough points to make one. I don't have one, and I can't promote anyone yet. Oh, no, I can now promote you. Okay, so I can now get a field marshal. So if anyone with any useful traits... that's why your promotion cost is less. What's my max? What do I need to promote one of you guys? 40? Yeah. I might wait till I get 40 and get someone a bit more useful. Although who would that be? Probably you. I don't know if scavenger no, that's not going to trickle down. Do I want a military staff first? Yeah, who have I got? I've already got this dude. So I spent some phones on that. Haven't done this one, that's a good point. Ah, yes, I wanted this guy. It's absolutely what I wanted. Perfect. Haile Selassie is now the man in charge. You're retreating. You're vaguely trying to do this, and you are... Well, you're defending, so you can't push in. But we might be able to... No, we aren't. I was going to conventionally push out this horse. Apparently not. Yeah, now we're fine here again. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Trouble is brewing. This is tense. Yeah, you're going to have to stop this stack. I can't afford it. And then they're going to push units into here. Which means we're not going to win this. Which means I may strip some units from up here. Like you. Pull yourself out. And I can't really afford it, but let's grab one of you. Pull yourself out as well. And we're going to have to try and find a place to hold. Is there no one standing in this tile? Are you absolutely kidding me, AI? I don't remember the AI being anywhere remotely this bad for leaving gaps in a frontline defense. No. You're pushing it here. No, I think we're just going to have to hold this line. Now we could give back, we can obviously give back these two tiles quite easily. Doesn't really hurt us. This is now going to be more of a pressing matter. In fact, let's get you round. Actually, this tile's more important. So I could give up. That one doesn't matter. We can hold these two. Yeah, okay, fine. You falling back? You're falling back. You're moving out. I need you to be more aggressive. Whew. How's our deficit? 4,000 guns. Not great. No, stop going this round. I need to defend Gaba, please. Honestly, just defend. You should be here as well. Yeah, because these guys are now trying to push out. You pulled out yet? Almost. Okay, I have come down to here. you guys almost pulled out. Beautiful. No, you're going to join this one. Come over to here. Right, you're going to go there. You come to that one. Whew. You're about to fall back. Oh, see, if you take this tile, we are just boned. To be perfectly honest. Can I hold you in place? Very briefly. Okay, you're there. Oh, good. Get in there. Get in there. I'm stressed, man. So stressed. And that's where we're going to bring this one to a close. It's a reasonable start to our attempt to win the wars of Ethiopia. A few cracks are starting to appear, which we're having to manage, and it is pretty frustrating the way the AI has been abandoning the front line. You haven't seen that since the early days of HOI, so it's something we're just going to have to micro ourselves. But either way, if you're interested in seeing more of this, well, the rest of this run will be on YouTube, but we'll also be doing more by Blood Alone content over on Twitch, so feel free to join us there. There are links in the description below. Otherwise, hope you enjoy this, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheerio!